Live from the westernunion.com VIP Lounge.
We're here live in the westernunion.com VIP Lounge with Romans. God, I'm still... Even you on the tambourine was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I loved it.
The shaker as well.
The shaker.
Yeah.
You've got a
Right-hand
beautiful
maraca.
voice. You really do.
That's very kind
It's
of you.
so soulful. I'm just like, just sing to me. Do you just sing to people individually? I bet you they just lose it.
No, I don't. I never sing on demand. Yeah, it makes me really feel awkward.
Have you ever serenaded somebody?
No, I don't even sing to my wife. I can't do
Why?
it. I don't know. It's one of those things. It just becomes a bit too awkward and real. I kind of...
Did you sing at your wedding?
I didn't. No, I made a really big deal about not singing in front of...
Was it because you didn't want to, or because your wife didn't want you to, or...
It just terrifies me. I can sing on a stage in front of any number of people.
Sure.
I'm absolutely fine with it. But as soon as it's in front of like 10 people I know, then
It's weird when
shrivel.
people you know are in the audience. I'm a stand-up comic, so
really?
strangers, fine.
Yeah.
One person I know, I'm just like,
No.
I can't.
Never gonna happen.
It's too weird.
My wife actually made me
horrendous.
promise, because I like to sing, she made me promise. She's like, I don't know if you're cooking up any surprises for the wedding.
Really?
Do not sing.
What would your song of choice
I mean,
be?
I have a half dozen. I like that,
Right.
the All of Me song from John Legend.
Okay.
I saw it on Instagram.
Could you do a bit of that now?
No,
Okay.
not on
Sorry to
demand,
bring
by
up
the
the
way.
Now, after some Jameson, yes.
Right?
Okay.
Yes.
We were discussing whiskey off camera, and Romans and I have an affinity for the whiskey we like.
do.
Give me a ticket, whatever the booze is, I'll take one of those. That's what I like, whatever those things are.
Good.
I love your new single,
Thank you.
The video, though, where did you shoot that? Is that you underwater the whole time?
It is. It's partly me underwater. We got some of the UK Olympic swimming team, synchronized team, to come in and do the other parts, the parts that I was fully incapable of doing. But it was amazing. It was this really high concept treatment that we got, and I knew it was going to look great. I kind of ignored the fact that it would mean me immersed in this underwater filming studio, which was terrifying.
Right.
But it was really cool.
It was cinematic, though. It was so pretty.
No, thank you.
Was it in an ocean or?
No, it was all shot in an underwater filming place where they do a lot
Wow.
of action films in England, and
That's neat.
yeah, it was really cool.
How good of a swimmer are you, really?
I mean, I'm a relatively good swimmer,
Yeah.
but I wasn't prepared for that. I was like laying flat on the surface and then having 4 scuba divers pull me under.
That's what you need.
Yeah, it was really terrifying.
He's got pool people.
Right?
We were just talking today. So you're from, where in England are you from?
I'm from northwest London.
Okay. Where Elton John was also from?
Well, I'm from a place called Pinner, which is where Elton John grew up and,
Okay.
and met Bernie Taupin, and there's a lot of history there. But my recording studio is next to Abbey Road in
Oh,
St John's
wow.
Wood.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We were just talking about a funny thing we read online today about how apparently it's so expensive in London to live. Is it a guy that lived
There's
there?
a guy that literally did an experiment where he relocated to Barcelona because it was cheaper to live there and commute.
He flies every day to
completely.
work.
I heard that from there's a place called Somerset as well in the middle of the country. It's a lovely, like, picturesque place to live, and I think you could have a mansion there and just take a helicopter into London every day for
Right.
cheaper than living in
Amazing.
London.
For the same price of a
Yeah.
one-bedroom flat that he had to share, he could have a 3-bedroom in Barcelona by himself, and
Yeah.
it cost him $70 a day or something to
I
get to
know.
work and back. Or
It's
something.
disturbing. It's the
something
same in
crazy.
New York, though, I suppose.
And it's the same here. It's ridiculous.
LA.
I'm trying to think, like, could I helicopter in from
Helicopter.
Mountain House?
We're not rock stars. Calm down. Do you still live in England?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm here a lot of the time, obviously, because I'm signed out of the States.
Yeah. What
but
about San Francisco? Have you been here before?
I've been here once before, yeah.
Okay.
But recently we came in and went out to Silicon Valley and went and saw Facebook and Google and
Isn't that fun? Did you get any free
amazing.
food?
Got all the free food.
So fun,
Free
right?
bike ride.
Yeah,
Amazing.
those bikes are ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
We went to Facebook. It's probably the worst place for people that are trying to manage their weight like I am, because you go out there and it's like Main Street USA. You go through
Yeah.
that front door, you get your security clearance, and then
Yeah.
who wants a burrito? Who wants Chinese
I
food?
know. It's like being on a cruise.
Electronics.
Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise. Have you?
I have actually, yes.
What's it like? You like it?
I do. You know what? This is really strange. For about 10 years, I dream every night that I'm on a cruise. There you go. There's a bit of
In a good way or a bad way?
in a weird way. I don't. It's like I'm
Where
not.
did that
It's got
come
nothing
from?
to do with it. It's just the setting of my dream every night. I don't know why. Apparently, the waves represent money that good.
Ooh.
Oh, he's Googled this stuff just
I
like
like
you would.
this. I love learning about dreams.
I know.
I dreamt that I dreamt that I won $24,000 and then $57,000. So I'm convinced that when I go to Las Vegas in 2 months, I'm going to win between those two amounts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes
Wow.
sense to me.
They're very specific numbers.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Let me live my lie.
So the new album is called Overthinking Part 1. Does that
Yes.
mean Part 2 is already in the vault and you're just waiting for the release?
It is. Well, the album's called Overthinking. We released
Okay.
4 tracks from it up front, which is part 1.
This is like a teaser then.
It's a little teaser basically.
The music is phenomenal. Where does the title come from?
Overthinking is one of the tracks on the 4 that we
Right.
just released, and it was one of the first songs that I did for this album, and it's not necessarily the track that I associate with the album. I just love the title. It's basically sums me up. I overthink.
I was just going to say,
everything.
what
We
is
can
this?
relate.
Yeah,
Who
totally.
Who can't?
I think everyone does, yeah. But I loved the idea of writing a love song about overthinking love. I think that's the one thing that everyone does, and I thought that it just was the perfect title for the album.
Mm-hmm.
Overthinking love, I think they call that Facebook stalking now, don't they?
I'm single. That's what I call it.
And you grew up very musically. I read that like your mom got you really immersed in music, or she liked to go to shows. What are some of the tracks and some of the artists that you would have pipe through the house and have you listening to when you were small, when you were little?
I mean, she used to introduce me to loads of things. I mean, my earliest memory is I saw the bootleg Beatles, which are the Beatles, like the amazing tribute band, when I was maybe like 2. Actually, on a cruise. There you go.
Wow.
Ties
There
it
it
back
is.
in.
That's where it came
Yeah, I
from.
know.
There it is.
I know. And then from that moment, I was obsessed with the Beatles. You know, I went
Sure.
through every album forensically for years and years, and then through that got into Bob Dylan and David Bowie, and then she introduced me to the Motown side because she used to sort of go and follow Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye around on tour, and started listening to things that I probably shouldn't have listened to at 10 years old or something.
Right.
But yeah, it gave me a good
Guns N' Roses
founding.
or something like I did.
Yeah.
I have a daughter. She's just turned 1, and I'm really for some reason I want her to be very musical.
Really?
I want her to, for some reason, I want her to go on the road and play in a band or something. So,
Wow.
we actually, I not only do we play a lot of music at the house, but I bought her a instrumental set. There's a picture of her. We're putting up a picture behind you of her first drum
Aw,
set.
She's gorgeous. Oh.
And I don't know. Is it one of those things where because of your mom you picked it up, you're around it, or is it something that you felt inside you?
I'm a youngest child from a family with older brothers and sisters,
Okay.
and I was spoiled, and I think I had these delusions of grandeur, which I think are relatively important if you want to sort of follow something like this. Luckily I feel like I'm not a bad person, so the delusions of grandeur are fine. But I don't know, it's a strange thing. It's a really, really strange lifestyle, doing something that is your hobby full time. I've got a 1-year-old daughter as well.
Right. How do you manage that? How do you manage being a parent, being on the road, being married, being a husband, all these things?
It's relatively easy. I mean, I've been with my wife for 13 years now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we
Congratulations.
were childhood sweethearts. Thank you.
FaceTime.
FaceTime, very, very important.
Skype.
Yeah. It's not that difficult. I mean, the nature of the stuff that I do is that I come over here for a little bit and I do bursts, and then I go back. My studio's in England. I'm a songwriter for other artists. That's kind of my day job. So a lot of the time I kind of can have a relatively normal life. And
Sure.
then I just refuse to work on weekends. So that's
Good for
that's
you.
easy.
Good for you.
Get that written in.
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to ask you from my side that fascinated me was how many instruments you know how to play. What are we talking about? A half dozen?
Probably.
Or
I mean,
more?
not brilliantly. I'm very much a sort of master of none. But
So drums was the first one.
drums I played from about 3, properly. That was the only one that I played academically. I learned how to read music and got a percussion scholarship. And
Sure.
that kind of stuff. And then through that I learned piano and guitar. and then sort of moved into other things. I flirted with the cello and saxophone and different instruments. But I think when I was 16, I started learning how to produce music on music platforms and software.
Right.
And I see that as an instrument now, really. You can play Logic or Pro Tools, and
Sure.
that's what I learned. And through that, you can play any instrument if you've got a keyboard and know how to load a sound in.
There it is.
Well, we're excited for what's next for you. You have a beautiful voice, so I love
you.
listening to you. Congratulations on everything so far.
Thank you very
Overthinking
much.
Part 1 is the name of the EP.
When are you coming back on tour? That's the other big question.
We'll be back soon.
All
There's
right.
no date set in stone yet, but soon, definitely.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Romance.
Romance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.